This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, y'all. I know a lot of people are like, man, He Knows the Sport. Are you going to sit here and talk about Errol the Truth Spence and the DWI charges? Well, I'm going to talk about it. Because I have a lot of people coming into my comment section saying, man, if you were real, man, you was a real ESJ fan, you would talk about the wrong that he did. Listen, man, here's the thing. I told you guys this a long time ago. I said I'm the biggest Errol the Truth Spence fan. I said I'll be able to defend and have Errol the Truth Spence back when nobody else can. This is why people need He Knows the Sport, dog, because He Knows the Sport is a man that's a renaissance man. He's a man with confidence, you know what I'm saying, and fortitude. He's a man that, you know what I'm saying, can be able to give an answer to anything. So here's the answer to it. He who is without sin be the first to cast a stone. Let me say it again. He who is without sin be the first to cast a stone. How you going to sit here and condemn a man like Errol the Truth Spence off of the strength of him supposedly drinking when you guys in your own closet have vices? This is the stuff that I understand. When have we as folks become the news when we're supposed to be talking about boxing? When have we become police officers, investigators? I thought this was about boxing. Let me say it again. When have we become police officers and when have we become the news? I told you guys, unless you have a journalism degree behind what you're saying, I don't want to hear the news from you. And unless you went to police academy and you're an actual police officer, I don't want to hear anything that you have to say in regards to the investigation of Errol the Truth Spence. What people don't understand is if you do a background on them, you will realize that their closets are dirty. They got vices like nobody's business. You got people doing YouTube videos from their mom's basements. You got people, you know what I'm saying, doing videos from a hole in the wall, a hole in the dirt, and a hole in the grass. I get it. YouTube has given this platform. But at the same time, all of these people got some kind of skeleton in their closet. And they're sitting here condemning a man who still is growing up, who still is going through what we call age and attrition. He's still going through the process of life. We all got to go through this shit. We all are going to make mistakes, and we all will continue to make mistakes. I am no judge, jury, and executioner. I am not God. I am not JESUS. So it's not my role to judge. I leave that only to God, man. It's not my job to judge people. And see, this is what we've forgotten. And this is what we've become as a society. We've become a society where we have to judge people for their sins. We have to judge people for their vices. We have to judge people for their inept abilities and their inept ways. I'm not going to do that, man. If anything, I'm just going to show my boy Errol the Truth Spence support. Let me say it again. I'm just going to show my boy Errol the Truth Spence support because at this time, this is what he needs more than anything else. He doesn't need another person casting stones in his face. That's why Errol the Truth Spence has his mom for that. That's why Errol the Truth Spence has his dad for that. That's why he has his family for that. Leave it to them to sit there and get on him about stuff. This man needs support, man. He's no different than any other human being that's going through what we call age and attrition. That's going through what we call the process of life. And see, I told you guys, man, there's a lot of these fake ass Errol the Truth Spence fans. And there are Errol the Truth Spence that are authentically Errol the Truth Spence fans, but they even have gotten to the point where they've allowed themselves to be bamboozled and beguiled and betwixt by these haters and these trolls because they keep listening to them come on either their channels or listening to them come to them in comment section going back and forth and saying, man, you should say it's wrong. It's wrong that he had a DWI charge. But what they're doing is, yes, a DWI charge is wrong. No one is sitting here defending that. I would not defend that. Errol the Truth Spence needs to grow up. That's evident. But it's part of the aging process. We all need to freaking grow up. We all need to continue to learn. We all need to continue to grow and become better as human beings, individuals. That's the process of life, folks. That's what makes life so beautiful because we all don't have it figured out. We're not God. We're not JESUS. We don't have this thing figured out. And like I said, if you go and look up a lot of these people's records that are sitting here chicky, running their damn mouths, you know what I'm saying? Giving the similitudes of males, but basically protruding feminine energy. Let me say it again. giving the similitudes of males, but protruding feminine energy. I told you, it's beta male tendencies. It's haterisms and trollisms at its highest levels. That's what haterisms and trollisms is. Beta male tendencies. It's males masquerading under feminine energy. When you do shit like this, it says a lot about you and it speaks volumes to you. He who is without sin be the first to cast a stone. I'm not going to sit here and defend Errol the Truth Spence and say that him having a DWI charge is not right. The man is rich. So the man should not be driving. Let me say it again. The man is rich. He should not be driving. He should have people chauffeuring him. So that way he doesn't have to worry about certain things. When you have that kind of money, there's just certain things that you should not be doing. There's just no two ways around that. And if he does drive, don't fucking drink. I mean, it's really simple. But what do you guys want me to do? Beat the guy upside the head? I'm not going to do that. Because he has too many of these classic dotes and these troglodytes, these Rudy Poo and these Plum Plum Braids, these ultra fanboys with the ultra fanboy rhetoric that are doing this. He knows the sport's not going to do that. I'm going to show Errol the Truth Spence support. I told you guys, I will defend this man when nobody else can defend him. Because I don't see nothing wrong here. What I see is a guy who's had issues, made a mistake, and is going to learn from his mistake. And I'm not going to be the one to condemn him for that. Oh, he did this, so he's such a bad person. Oh, he did this, I'm disappointed in him. Well, be disappointed in yourself. How many mistakes have you made in life? How many issues have you made? How many times have you skated, you know what I'm saying, and skeeved past near-death experiences? But God was able to help you get through it, right? So you're going to sit here and condemn this man for that? I sit here and see these hypocrites say, rest in peace, Patrick Day. Rest in peace to everyone else, right? But Errol the Truth Spence almost freaking died. And these same people that were saying, man, you know, I wish this wouldn't have happened to him, are the same ones cursing this man right now because of the DWI charge. I knew this was going to happen. And don't get it twisted. It's not that I didn't know that he had the charge, because of the fact that I've been rocking with Errol the Truth Spence, I've had a lot of sources in the Dallas, DeSoto, and in all of the Texas areas. They send me all kinds of stuff, man. Via email, everything. They send me stuff. So I'm well informed. I knew J.D. Miles was reporting that. But at the same time, again, it's not my job to sit here and condemn a man. I'm not going to do that, folks. It's not my place. Because you guys have to remember the cardinal rule of life. He who is without sin be the first to cast the stone. Let me say it again. He who is without sin be the first to cast the stone. I'm not going to do that. So if I'm not going to do that, then be men and women of confidence, purpose, and an abundance mindset, and don't do that shit too. It's really that simple, folks. This is He Knows the Sport. Checking out.